Alright, this is giant meteorites in, well, it's a meteor in Russia, so basically a rolling stone, as it were. I'm going to shuffle my cards, find some cards, and then we'll get to the reading. Alrighty, my throat is like dead, like I can't talk. Alright, so we have the Five of Wands. We have arguments and aggravation. We have consistency, lack of change, solid accountability, and fixed. We have enemy. We have weakness, hostility, imposter, self-doubt, opposing ideas, and contradictory attitudes. We have misfortune, we have bad news, discomfort, obstacles, and unlucky. We have room, we have company, meetings, errands, teamwork. We have house, we have a project, environment you live in. We have security, office, home, family, and emotional bonds. We have some money. We have a raise, bonus, a purchase, small win, refund. Okay, and then we have thought. So planning, contemplation, indecision, the working process, study, meditating on your problems, discussing information, a form of daydreaming. So, let's see. So a giant meteorite. That would be pretty cool, just have a giant one. I think it was like a giant one that they could like study and stuff, because it actually had some history to it and all. Actually talks about the major shift or something. The inability to overcome trials, madness, frustration, hate, jealousy, someone else butting in on a relationship, destroying it, untrusting, divorce. You have bad decisions that also a liberty that comes with them, opposing disputes, difficulties, and false, false sense of security and freedom. I sometimes lose my place. Ugh. I hate being dyslexic. You lose your place more often. The same as the upright meaning of this card. Let's see. Strong possibility for redemption. So that's the Five of Wands. Okay, so false heart, violence within the home, petty jealousies and rivalries, loss of friendship. We have swift activity, a sudden process or movement, hasty movements, advantage to quick for the easy assumptions. Okay. And then suspectable to a distraction, artificience, unable to ignore impulses, seductive, destructive. We also have happiness, feasting, striving for a goal. So when all this happened with the meteorite, there could have been an argument or a disagreement or a divorce going on. And somebody got this either in their yard, their street, or within the range of their house. And they felt restricted by the fact that they had to tell somebody about this, and they were going through a lot at the time. So there was one of those things like a damned if I do, damned if I don't type of thing. So I figured to call the government out. And then there is a love offer, a man carrying a mace, and there's hope and healing along with this. Lack of intuitive nature, pettiness, no artistry, and money problems because of all this happening. Because they probably had to pay to have it removed from the area or whatever for studies and what have you. Or it was like a total loss, like it made like a big crater in your yard, and then you can't really do too much with it. There was probably a lot of movement of it, and it just made like a ditch or whatever. So tradition, spirituality, authority, deception, a complex of deeds or decisions, trickery, an intense involvement, generosity, happiness, found in nature and spirituality, peace through self-discipline, freedom from distraction. There's also some other things that came into play too, like electronics, computers, telecommunication, administration, publishment of the occurrence, a spiritual entrepreneur, a student, low-income areas, which became very popular because of this meteorite, and also a time of redemption for an area. I feel like it was much needed. I feel like having something in science come down near your house or something would actually bring more attention to the location in which it fell, so the government would feel obligated to make it less of a slum. So they would have to build roads or build the houses to be have structural integrity or whatever have you, and kind of build it up so then it gains more attractive people to an area or whatever to build it up. But yeah, they do that a lot with things, with science and with meteorites and things. A lot of times they'll build houses, apartments, or businesses around it to bring more people to the area because they use that as a marketing tactic to get more people there. So that could have been it as well. But with this, there was a lot of science that was going on about this meteorite because it was one of the biggest ones, I think. I look these things up and then I forget what I read. Happens to the best of us. Also, I'm tired, so, brain doesn't take in as much as it should. So anyway, if you want to look up the giant meteor in Russia, please do. I believe they didn't really move it. I think they studied it and weighed it and all that and made a hypothesis and found out what was on there. I don't think it was anything harmful. It was just it was interesting to have the biggest meteor that's ever touched down in that area. I think there's also a lake in that area too. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Anyway, hopefully this was interesting enough for you to look it up. But yeah, I like reading these, and I like doing these little tarot readings because I don't want to get too political. I don't want to get into anybody's business, and I don't want people like pleasure seeking these areas. I find them interesting. I do tarot readings on them. What's up? But yeah, it's one of those things where if you go to this place, there might be a lot of like tourism traps and all this stuff too. So be careful if you are pleasure seeking some of these areas, because you don't know. You're coming from one country to the next, and a lot of times there is tourist traps. So be careful with that if you're going out looking for stuff. Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Um, Gotta love shooting stars, right? Anyway, I will see you in the next reading, alright? Later.